You thought Lipton cup of soup just made soup? Well, watch what this cream of chicken can do. Stir it into mashed potatoes, and you get delicious flavored potatoes. Mmm. Beat it with 2 eggs and a little milk for an easy omelet. Or make instant chicken gravy. Cooking with cup of soup means no chopping or measuring, because cup of soup's perfectly blended seasonings are all ready. Their recipes on the box, more inside. And you thought cup of soup just made soup.
I'm looking for jeans that stay blue.
Try Dress Blues by Lee.
You bet I will. Fit like a glove.
Mike, all you have to do is look for the patch.
Lee Jeans, the brand that fits.
Welcome to Timex Quartz. Incredible technology. Our new Timex Elite is the thinnest quartz calendar watch in the world. Our new solid-state watch has no moving parts. These are microchip projected hands. Now, bring the value of Timex Quartz into your world.
We now return to Kenny Rodgers as the Gambler. The adventure continues, starring Linda Evans.
Why not start their morning in a warm way? Smooth.
Apple.
Creamy.
Raisins.
Delicious.
Peaches and cream.
I feel better when he eats a warm breakfast. And Quaker's flavors make it easy.
With instant Quaker oatmeal, you can really make their morning.
If you think beautiful skin is only something you're born with, get wind of new Sea Breeze Moisture Lotion.
Beautiful skin can be a breeze with Sea Breeze.
99% oil-free moisture absorbs right in.
Beautiful skin can be a breeze with Sea Breeze.
Sheer moisture that eases dryness. Let skin breathe.
Beautiful skin can be a breeze.
Soft.
With Sea Breeze. We were always meant to be. We were all
Color that's easy. Color that conditions the most.
when you're near, my heart is free.
Make it happen. Nice and easy. It sells the most. It conditions the most.
I'll keep you near.
Hi, I changed my mind about the party tonight. I want to go.
We will return to the CBS Special Movie presentation of Kenny Rodgers as the Gambler. The adventure continues.
Thursday, Magnum plays mobster to help TC punch it out with a kidnapping promoter. And on Simon & Simon, 2 wives hire Rick and AJ to find the same husband.
My admiration for the guy just keeps growing, AJ.
Then on Knots Landing, Abby looks to collect on past favors.
What I promised, you already got.
Thursday.
This is CBS.
If your home isn't weatherized this winter, you could spend a bundle on home heating and still be cold. So why not weatherize your home? PG&E makes it easy with interest-free financing.
Interest-free?
You'll be more comfortable, you'll use less energy, and the money you save could cover your loan payment. So this winter, home heating doesn't have to cost a bundle, thanks to
PG&E and me.
You're about to see the Me TV, the Sony Watchman. It's the She TV, the Luigi TV, the first truly personal TV, the Sleepy TV. Just over an inch thick, or is it thin? And one even has an AM/FM radio. The Referee TV, the Sony Watchman TV, the one and only TV for the one and only...
See your authorized Bay Area Sony dealer.
Deadly Diets, tonight at 11.
Kenny Rodgers as the Gambler. The adventure continues. Sponsored by the U.S. Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
Well, moms and dads the world around give their kids the same old sound. Got to go to school, be a big success. They wouldn't settle for anything less. Now they've learned whatever you seek, you'll help yourself to reach your peak. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Need a trade? Looking for a skill? They have hundreds to fit the bill. In the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Want more school? Don't have the bread. They'll help pay to get you ahead. Talking Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Mom and dad, they'll want to shout. He's made it big, there's no doubt. Thanks, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. It's a great place to start.
Introducing the amazing Renault Encore. Look how it feels to flow through hairpin curves. Feel the amazing response of electronic fuel injection. Look how the new Encore feels as it almost ignores gas pumps and mows to the road with four wheels suspended independently. For an amazing 5755, European design built in America. The new Renault Encore. Amazing.
The one to watch, the one to watch, the one to watch.
Renault.
We now return to Kenny Rodgers as the Gambler. The adventure continues, starring Linda Evans.
The great cars of Europe priced far out of reach until now. Renault presents the road to affordability. Renault Alliance, Motor Trend's 1983 Car of the Year. Twin coaxial torsion bars for a smooth, quiet ride. Fuel efficient, fuel injected. European technology that's affordable. $59.59. Renault Alliance, built in America.
The one to watch, the one to watch, the one to watch.
Renault.
Some exciting scenes from the conclusion of Kenny Rodgers as the Gambler. The adventure continues.
What are you aiming to do with this?
Shoot a snake.
We're gonna blow up this whole fast!
Let me say it another way. Oh. Keep him under control or I'll kill him.
They've got my son, Kate. And if I don't get him back before they get to Jubilee, they're gonna kill him.
Emerald Point N.A.S. will return next Monday night at 10, 9 Central and Mountain Time on most of these stations.
Saturday, she wanted to be a quarterback princess.
A girl cannot play football!
And she had to prove them wrong.
Hey, little girl, you're gonna get creamed!
This is CBS.
Sat down with mom, talked to dad. Can't get it together, makes you feel sad. You know you can do it, you wonder where. You want it soon because you really care. The services can help you so you not only get better, you really grow. Talking Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. They'll take you, train you, show you the way. You'll work hard, get decent pay in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Prove you can make it. Prove it to all. Serving your country and walking tall in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. You've got it together. They'll see in a glance. Thanks to the services, you got the chance in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. It's a great place to start.
The great cars of Europe priced far out of reach until now. Renault presents the road to affordability. Renault Alliance, Motor Trend's 1983 Car of the Year. Twin coaxial torsion bars for a smooth, quiet ride. Fuel efficient, fuel injected. European technology that's affordable. $59.59. Renault Alliance, built in America.
The one to watch, the one to watch, the one to watch.
Renault.
Some exciting scenes from the conclusion of Kenny Rodgers as the Gambler. The adventure continues.
What are you aiming to do with this?
Shoot a snake.
We're gonna blow up this whole fast!
Let me say it another way. Oh. Keep him under control or I'll kill him.
They've got my son, Kate. And if I don't get him back before they get to Jubilee, they're gonna kill him.
Emerald Point N.A.S. will return next Monday night at 10, 9 Central and Mountain Time on most of these stations.
Saturday, she wanted to be a quarterback princess.
A girl cannot play football!
And she had to prove them wrong.
Hey, little girl, you're gonna get creamed!
This is CBS.
Tonight, police in Antioch are investigating a possible link between two murders in this neighborhood. One of them is 5-year-old Angela Bouguet, whose body was found this weekend. And a dramatic chase tonight. Police looking for a man they say tried to kill 2 San Francisco police officers.
Also tonight, how Pope John Paul appealed for the life of a convicted killer on death row. The latest blast from the deadly winter storm in the Midwest, and the diet that killed singer Karen Carpenter. It affects thousands of other people every year. Tonight, our Nightcast Extra on deadly diets. That and more next on Nightcast.
Introducing the amazing Renault Encore. Look how it feels to flow through hairpin curves. Feel the amazing response of electronic fuel injection. Look how the new Encore feels as it almost ignores gas pumps and mows to the road with 4 wheels suspended independently.
For an amazing 6081, European design built in America, the new Renault Encore, amazing.
See your California Jeep Renault dealer, the one to watch.
Even though Hewlett Packard technology has produced a number of firsts, some of you still don't know who we are. Or maybe now you will. Introducing the touchscreen personal computer, the Hewlett Packard 150. By merely touching the screen, you can find an address, move a paragraph, change a forecast, make a chart with just your finger. Now nothing stands between you and what you can become. Hewlett Packard personal computers, setting you free.
Diet Coke, yeah, Diet Coke!
Here's important news. Now, Diet Coke and caffeine-free Diet Coke have NutraSweet, the new breakthrough sweetener for even more real cola taste.
Real cola taste with just 1 calorie. Living good with Diet Coke. Looking good with Diet Coke. Just for the taste of it.
Now, Diet Coke has NutraSweet.
Diet Coke!
KPIX Channel 5, San Francisco.
Now, Dave McElhatton, Wendy Takuda, Wayne Walker on sports, and Joel Bartlett with weather. This is Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Good evening, topping Nightcast tonight. Eyewitness News has uncovered dramatic evidence in the search for the killer of 5-year-old Angela Bouguet. Tonight, we learned that Angela isn't the first girl to disappear in this neighborhood. There's another reason the people living in that part of Antioch are living in fear. Nightcast reporter Dave Bryan has an exclusive report on the possible link with another murder victim.
A few kids still play here, mostly boys, older boys. Parents' nerves are jangled, and when little girls wander off, they're quickly gathered up and pulled back inside, away from the danger that grabbed Angela Bouguet, raped and murdered her. If they knew what happened here in June 1980, they might be even more nervous. These are the Hudson Townhouse apartments. What many people around here may not remember is that one night about 3.5 years ago, a 14-year-old girl who was babysitting at her sister's townhouse suddenly disappeared. The Hudson Townhouse complex is just a few steps from the Delta View apartments. That is where Angela Bouguet lived. Susan Bombardier was missing for several days before her body was found floating here in the San Joaquin River. She had been raped and murdered. The case is still unsolved. No suspect has ever been charged. Tonight, even Delta View residents who haven't been around long enough to remember Susan Bombardier are guarding their kids from harm.
It's scary, you know. Well, usually there's around 8 or 10 of those little low-rider tricycles on this sidewalk alone. Kids and now there's none.
I told him that there's a boogeyman outside, or a monster, and he better not get out of my sight.
So all we're going to do is move, you know, and real sorry it happened and all. It's not going to happen to my kids.
When you can't live in a complex and let your little babies play on the grass or anything, it's sad. It's devastating. It's anger and hurt.
In Antioch, Dave Bryan, Channel 5 Eyewitness News Nightcast.
Antioch police aren't saying that the murders of the 2 girls are connected, but they're not ruling it out. In a town that had only 3 murders all last year, they say it may be more than a coincidence. Tonight, a massive manhunt in San Francisco ended with the arrest of 3 people, one of them a burglary suspect who allegedly tried to shoot several police officers earlier this morning. That suspect is identified as Frank Sheehan. He was found hiding under the blankets on a bed in a house on London Street just about 45 minutes ago. His wife and another man were also arrested for harboring a fugitive. Sheehan had been taken into custody earlier tonight at Ingleside Police Station. He was arrested by police investigating a burglary on Alameda Boulevard. Officers say they saw Sheehan jump out of a window in the house under surveillance. They caught up with him a block away. Officers say that at that point, he tried to fire 2 rounds at him.
Ditched a Derringer, 2-shot Derringer in his back pocket. And both of the shells in that Derringer did have a indication that a firing pin had hit the bullet, but there was a misfire.
Sheehan was found after a house-to-house search of the surrounding area. He's suspected of being a member of the prison group Aryan Brotherhood, a white supremacy group. Wendy?
A federal appeals court tonight stopped the execution of a man in Florida 8 hours before he was supposed to die in the electric chair. 36-year-old Robert Sullivan has been on death row longer than any other inmate in this country, 10 years. The court stayed the execution until it can decide whether to rehear the case. Pope John Paul II had asked Florida's governor to spare Sullivan's life. He was turned down by the governor. The Pope's request was based on a confession to a priest by a man in Boston. He said that he was in a bar with Sullivan at the time of the murder that Sullivan was convicted of. The teenager convicted of the kidnapping and sexual abuse of Tara Burke is going to be back in court tomorrow. The jury that found 18-year-old Alex Cabarga guilty will now have to decide if he was sane when he committed the crimes. Today, Cabarga's parents testified about their son's early life, how he had no formal schooling, how he used drugs. They explained how they gave their son to Lewis Johnson to raise. He is the co-defendant in the Tara Burke case. Cabarga's attorney is going to try to convince the jury that Cabarga lost the ability to tell right from wrong.
61 people are reported dead tonight in back-to-back snowstorms that are blasting their way across the United States. The latest blizzard dumped up to 2 feet of snow from the Rockies to Iowa, stranding travelers, shutting down entire cities, and forecasters, including our own Joel Bartlett, are warning Midwesterners to expect the worst tonight. It can't get much worse in Minnesota, where the winds are highest, the temperatures are coldest, the snow is heaviest, drifting overhead in some places. Schools were closed today in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and in Duluth. State police are advising absolutely no travel at all. In Denver, people were out of their houses today and cleaning up what city officials have declared a snow emergency. The airport there was closed yesterday, stranding thousands of travelers. One of the first flights out today landed in San Francisco.
Airport. The snow just piled up. The cars are buried. I don't know how people are going to move out.
We had a flight that was supposed to leave Denver 10 a.m. yesterday, so we were stuck there for 24 hours.
The only thing worrying most of those weary travelers tonight, will the boss believe the story of their weather-related absence from work today?
The crew of the Space Shuttle Columbia is winding up its first day in space tonight. Now, these are some of the pictures sent back to Mission Control, showing the crew busy with some of the 70 experiments that are planned for this flight.
It's designed to look at the adaptation of man's vestibular system, a system that is designed to provide balance cues here in a one-gravity environment, see how that adapts to zero gravity.
This shuttle mission is carrying 5 American astronauts, a West German physicist, and the $1 billion European Space Lab, the most complex research facility ever put into space. Officials in a small town in Massachusetts have banned arcade video games, and today, the U.S. Supreme Court backed them up. That means about 50 arcade games are going to have to be taken out of town, of Marshfield. Some parents there were afraid the machines would be a bad influence on their kids. Other people in the town say that a ban on the games violates the free speech rights of players, but the Supreme Court refused to hear about it.
In Silicon Valley, the workers who make arcade games for Atari are about to vote on unionizing. Their decision on Wednesday is expected to have a big impact on the high-tech industry. Right now, 95% of the workers in the Silicon Valley are non-union. If Atari's workers don't join a union, some people in the industry think it could crush unionizing in other high-tech companies. Striking Greyhound bus drivers have voted overwhelmingly to reject the latest contract offer from their company. That offer included a cut in pay, and 96% of the drivers and other union workers voted it down. Union officials still say they'll go back to the bargaining table at any time. Greyhound says it's going to make an important announcement tomorrow about that union vote.
A 55-year-old woman here in San Francisco is not going to have to go to jail for bank robbery. Today, Florence Pearl Peasy was given a 2-year suspended sentence. She robbed $380 from a Hibernia bank back in August. A day later, she confessed to the crime, says she did it because she just got mad at her life in the Tenderloin. The judge has ordered Florence to stay in a board and care home. And tonight, the San Francisco Municipal Court started holding more evening sessions. The night court schedule has been expanded on a trial basis for small claims and traffic cases, and that's because of all of the requests from people who can't appear in court during the day. Now, 3 evenings a week are going to be blocked out for traffic cases, 2 nights for small claims. Until now, the court has only heard those kinds of cases 1 night a month. If it works out, the new night schedule may become permanent.
The hottest Christmas toy of 1983, the Cabbage Patch Kids, is also fast on its way to becoming a collector's item. Now, some crafty entrepreneurs are finding a way to cash in on the craze. The Cabbage Patch Kids are the most unusual doll this side of the Smurfs, and they come complete with birth certificate and adoption papers. Department stores that put them on sale have been faced with near riots because the doll's in such short supply. Now, a New Jersey store is taking advantage.
The company decided to treat it like a collectible, like a Hummel or a collector plate, and buy it from a customer and then quickly sell it for a very low profit.
Once the doll goes through so many hands, its price jumps from $20 to $50. But even at that inflated price, no shortage of buyers.
I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like their faces, but I want one.
The Cabbage Patch dolls are selling out despite protests from an international group involved with adoption. That group is called Concerned United Birth Parents. And for 9 months now, it's been fighting the way. The dolls are being marketed. The group's president says selling dolls with make-believe adoption papers is like selling slave dolls with slave ownership papers.
Coming up later on, why robbers who stole $37 million in gold on Saturday now have $39 million in gold in their possession. And the mystery of D.B. Cooper is back. Now a man says he knows who D.B. Cooper really is.
And the story of this woman and thousands of others like her who are victims each year of deadly diets. That's Miranda Dunn's Eyewitness News Extra, next.
The promise of earth grains, the promise of nature's goodness, the promise of bread at its best.
Nourished by sunshine and rain, cool and fresh, the promise of harvest, that's nature's goodness, the promise of earth grains, bread at its best.
Earth grains, nature's goodness in over 30 varieties of bread, from whole wheat and honey wheat berry to unbleached white bread and sourdough, all rich in texture and taste, bursting with fresh baked aroma.
The promise of earth grains, bread at its best, the promise of freshness, goodness, earth grains, the promise of bread at its best.
Bread at its best.
A $390 one-way drop-off charge? Nobody mentioned that.
I'm sorry.
We're sorry.
So sorry.
So sorry.
Please accept my apology.
Only National guarantees one-way rentals with unlimited free mileage for only $10 a day more than our regular low rates. Guaranteed. And if we don't deliver, you'll get $50 off your next rental. We give you national attention, and that's the truth.
I'm glad I read it. It has a very, very, very happy ending.
I'm recommending it to all my friends.
Part about the plumber I knew about, but the hairdresser took me totally by surprise.
The book people are talking about? The Pacific Telephone Yellow Pages. The book with coupons that will save you money on goods and services all over town. The Pacific Telephone Yellow Pages. The book with the happy ending.
That caught me totally by surprise, totally.
There's no question that Americans are obsessed with the problem of being overweight. And in that obsession lie the roots of eating disorders like anorexia, nervosa, and bulimia. They can have tragic results. Because of the great interest in the topic, Miranda Dunn brings her Eyewitness News Extra on eating disorders to Nightcast. Miranda?
Well, Dave, perhaps one of the most terrible things about eating disorders is that they often develop in the most promising young people. People who begin just by going on a diet, but turn that search for beauty and perfection into a deadly diet.
And solitaire's the only game in town.
Singer Karen Carpenter was for many the symbol of an ideal American girl. Then at 32, Karen Carpenter was found dead at her family home. And we learned that Karen Carpenter had suffered from anorexia nervosa, an eating disorder which often strikes the best and the brightest among us, and which too often leads to tragedy. Jennifer May Langner loved the beauty of the Bay Area where she was born. The outgoing young woman began her work as a volunteer with the Park Service at age 13. But Jenny's family says in her late teens something went wrong, and her eating problems began.
We just thought her metabolism had changed because she would eat copious amounts of food, half-gallon of ice cream at a sitting, and didn't seem to gain any weight.
At first, the Langners had no idea what they were dealing with, but over a number of years, the problems became severe.
Her eating patterns were so erratic. She wouldn't eat with other people. She would say she was eating or had eaten, but there wouldn't be food gone. She'd never sit down and eat with
Well, I'd come down at night and find her in the kitchen, in the refrigerator at 3 a.m., eating some strange combination of food or looking at food, and it was unusual. It was erratic.
Jenny had all the classic symptoms of anorexia and bulimia. She was obsessed with food and with exercise. These pictures were taken of a young woman in the advanced stages of anorexia. She had starved herself close to death in her pursuit of thinness. Bulimia often accompanies anorexia, but can also occur separately. Bulimics consume huge amounts of food and later purge themselves in an effort to avoid gaining weight. Both syndromes can cause severe medical problems.
Classically, you will see someone lose their menstrual cycles. The person is at risk for cardiac arrhythmias, sometimes some downy hair on their bodies, sometimes, aside from the menstrual changes, just some other abnormal endocrine changes, sometimes a very, very slow heart rate.
Jenny Langner was one of the 9 or 10% who eventually die from the disease. At 23, she left behind a legacy of pain and unanswered questions.
Just terrible. Just full of despair some of the time, much of the time. She had this marvelous ability to be really down, either depressed or physically not well, and the next day bounce back and be absolutely marvelous. She had this remarkable recuperative power, and that's why I think we never thought she would not get well. That morning when Michael called, I was in shock, I guess. All I could keep saying was, oh, Jenny, how could you? How could you do this?
Now, because of the increasing number of tragedies caused by eating disorders, there are a growing number of specialists in the field, and they all say there are reasons that more and more people are developing eating disorders. Tomorrow night, in Part 2, we look at some of the trends that encourage these disorders and also talk with some of the people who have struggled with their own eating problems. Dave.
Thank you, Miranda. There is help available for people who suffer from eating disorders, specialists who can help when a diet turns deadly. The important thing, they say, is that the person involved or their family recognize that there is a problem and turn to that help. Wendy?
Coming up, other news, Joel Bartlett will tell us how long this beautiful weather is going to last, beautiful but cold. And the people who stole $37 million in gold from this warehouse over the weekend got a surprising bonus today. That's next.
There's a sea of confusion out there. Savings and loans, investment houses, brokers. They're all starting to look and sound the same. Through the years, we've stood clearly as one thing. A financial institution. A bank. The Crocker Bank.
Pour on the power, Go for the glory. This is the story of what you're made of. Beef gives strength. It helps you do it. Beef gives strength. It helps you through it.
Beef in a balanced diet. It's one of the best sources of protein, iron, and B vitamins going for a whole new pride in strength.
Beef gives strength. Helps keep you going. Beef gives strength from inside. Beef puts pride in a body. Beef gives strength.
Introducing the 1984 Volkswagen Jetta. It doesn't drive like a car. The Jetta has a German-built engine, German-built suspension, and the performance of a true German sports sedan. Yet, the Jetta costs only $7,390. You drive a car because you have to. You drive a Jetta because you love to. Jetta. It's not a car. It's a Volkswagen.
Whatever your style, you'll find the luggage to carry it off during the world-class luggage sale at Macy's. Save 25 to 50% on Lark, French, Ricardo of Beverly Hills, Diane von Furstenberg, and Hartmann luggage, plus many other famous brands. Macy's fashionable selection offers you the features you need to get there in style. And you'll save 25 to 50% during the world-class luggage sale, now at Macy's.
The gold market played right into the hands of some big-time thieves in Great Britain today. Those thieves stole $37.5 million worth of gold on Saturday from this warehouse, the biggest gold theft in Britain's history. Detectives still looking for clues in London. In the meantime, the price of gold went up today, and the gold those thieves stole increased $1.5 million in value.
Talk about adding insult to injury.
Exactly.
And that's what the weather's doing to the Midwest. I mean, not that they don't have enough snow. Now, here we go again.
Another storm heading that way, but isn't it beautiful weather we got here in the Bay Area?
And cold.
And cold. And
cleared up your throat.
It cleared up my throat, but there's something about the sniffles. They always get worse at nighttime. Anyway, this is the way it looked just before 5 o'clock this evening. A beautiful sunset out there, but you can see the haze, little pink color to the sky, and that's caused by the haze, more scattering of the light. And with clear skies, temperatures are coming down. Right now, here at Channel 5, our temperature already down to 50, but we have lots of 40s around the Bay Area. Notice the 40 in Walnut Creek. Winds, they're fairly light right now. Because of the light winds, temperatures are going to drop. The humidity up, though. Look for some locally dense, patchy fog by tomorrow morning. The barometer up 30.04 and falling. Let's go up into space and see what's coming our way. Kind of a disorganized storm system moving across the Pacific. High pressure tends to block these storms. However, the high is eroding right now. That's going to allow the clouds to move in. I would expect increasing high clouds tomorrow. Some rain moving into northwestern California by tomorrow night. We'll have cloudy skies in the Bay Area on Wednesday. It looks to me like the next chance for rain is going to be on Thursday. Now, looking at the eastern satellite picture, we can see the reason why they had a threat to the space shuttle over Florida today, the clouds moving through there. But the big problem is this low pressure area spinning across the Midwest here, causing lots of snow through this part of the country, up to 2 feet, as Dave said, from the Rockies all the way across to the Great Lakes region. On the national weather map, we can see where the main snow is right now. Very cold temperatures up through here. And if you're traveling tomorrow, snow is still going to be a big problem through the central part of the country. A lot of aching backs through this part of the country. What about the Bay Area? It's going to be nice. Bay Area temperatures tomorrow, much like what we had today, in the upper 50s to the low 60s. The forecast then, no doubt about it out there tonight, it's going to be cold, and we're going to have low temperatures dropping down into freezing in some areas tonight. And then tomorrow, it looks like high clouds over the Bay Area, 58 to 64 degrees. The 5-day forecast, it looks to me like this month is going to go out on a dry note, but it looks like December is going to start on a wet note around the Bay Area.
All right.
More rain coming in.
Take care of yourself.
I'll do it.
Wayne Walker has the sports next. It was a big day and night for Miami coach Don Shula. And St. Mary's has put in some extra time tonight in its game against San Diego State. That's next.
Now save $6 to $16 per square yard on Macy's 15 newest broadloom carpets, including styles from Lee's and Walter carpets, of DuPont Antron nylon, the static-controlled soil and abrasion-resistant carpeting. Buy any style from Macy's multi-million-dollar inventory before December 9th, and installation is guaranteed by Christmas, or there's no charge for labor. Don't miss the Installed for Christmas carpet sale featuring DuPont Antron nylon carpeting, now at Macy's.
Nissan Trucks are
Can this $59.99 Nissan haul 1,400 pounds?
Yep.
In a double-wall steel bed?
Yep.
With the most powerful standard engine in its class?
Yep.
Anyone else give you all this for a sticker price of $59.99?
Nope.
Only Nissan.
Come alive, come and drive. Nature motion from Nissan.
At your Datsun dealer.
Feel the joy, touch the sorrow. Share a dream about tomorrow. Newsweek every week, the world in your hands.
Through all the weeks of all the years, there's always Newsweek, defining the world, celebrating the world, exploring the world.
Newsweek every week, the world in your hands.
Inventory.
While your competitor's inventory is out of control, you can be a generation ahead of them. With Data General's desktop generation computers, you can take control of your business, including your inventory. And Data General systems can grow with your business to keep you a generation ahead of your competitors. Data General.
A generation ahead.
Wayne Walker's still talking about Bemidji tonight.
College basketball, in fact. Stanford took on Bemidji State tonight. See, a team that will probably be tougher on announcers than it is on opponents. The Cardinal pulled it out 98-59 as John Ravelli scored 21 points. Bemidji is a school in Minnesota, in case that's what's kept you awake this long. Things weren't so easy for St. Mary's. Paul Pickett scores 2 here of his 18 points against San Diego State. The Gales led by 8 with 11 minutes to play. David Cook will get 2 here on this sequence. David Boone had 18 for St. Mary's. But this one was tied at 61 at the end of regulation play. Talented Michael Cage gets the follow here in overtime. He had 22 in the game and 18 rebounds. Steve Holland on the steal here. He goes to Bobby Owens for the score. San Diego State wins at 72-67. St. Mary's is now 2-1 on the young season. United Press International's top-ranked team, North Carolina, beat Tennessee Chattanooga 85-63 tonight. Michael Jordan scored 28 points in that one for the Tar Heels. In the NBA, Portland got this basket from Darnell Valentine, but lost to Kansas City 113-104. The Kings' Larry Drew with one of his career-high 17 assists. For LaSalle Thompson, this was the only game in the NBA. The Warriors host Los Angeles tomorrow night. It was quite a day for Miami coach Don Shula. He got a new rich contract, and his Dolphins buried Cincinnati 38-14. Miami's rookie quarterback Dan Marino had another splendid game. He avoids the rush here, escapes to his left, and throws a touchdown pass to Mark Duper. Shula applauded that, and his new multi-year, multi-million-dollar deal worked out with owner Joe Robbie today. The Dolphins led 14-0 in the second quarter when Cincinnati's Ken Anderson teamed with Isaac Curtis on an 80-yard touchdown. Curtis is an 11-year veteran who played at Cal in 1970 and 71 before transferring to San Diego State. Miami led 17-14 at the half. Marino took command again. He steps up here and throws a 15-yard scoring pass again to Duper. Marino was 18 for 29, 217 yards, and the count went 31-14 on Marino to Dan Johnson pass from 3 yards out. The Dolphins win at 38-14 and are now 9-4, good for a 2-game lead in the AFC East, and it's wait until next year for the 5-8 Bengals. Well, most coaches like to say their teams win as a team. Yesterday, Bill Walsh said the 49ers lost as a team to Chicago. That score, of course, 13-3. Walsh held the players and himself equally responsible for that loss.
Well, we're all in this together. There isn't any way that I can separate myself from the team and criticize them. I share in it. So what we have to do is play as well as we possibly can against Tampa. And if we were to do well and win, then we'll see what happens.
The Niners do figure to win this week over Tampa Bay, which has won just 2 games this year, but then they were figured to beat the Bears in Chicago also. A California Golden Bear should be happy tonight. Number 80, linebacker Ron Rivera today was named to the first team of the American Football Coaches All-America team. Rivera had 13 sacks in an outstanding senior season. He's the first Cal defensive player to make All-America since Sherman White in 1971. The top vote getter was no surprise, running back Mike Rozier of Nebraska. He gained over 2,100 yards and set an NCAA season record with 29 touchdowns, numbers worthy of a Heisman Trophy winner, which he undoubtedly will be. That's the sports.
Thanks a lot, Wayne. Dave.
Finally, just about everybody loves a mystery, and one of the greatest mysteries this side of Amelia Earhart took place 12 years ago. Aboard Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 as D.B. Cooper, a money satchel, and 2 parachutes disappeared over Oregon's Cascade Mountains, and a mystery slowly turned into a legend.
Vegas says skyjacker D.B. Cooper was really Jack Kofelt. The journalist is Byron Brown. He claims his father was a cellmate of Kofelt. The police sketch artist's version of D.B. Cooper is familiar, and the picture of Kofelt shown to the passengers on the plane with Cooper was also familiar. Brown claims to have turned up a Hawaiian death certificate for Kofelt dated 1975, but Brown says Kofelt could have faked that. So tonight, here's to journalist Byron Brown, who in solving one mystery has created a new one.
That's it for Nightcast.
Goodbye.
Hello. Where's my package? My job depends on it.
What is the Airborne number that it was sent out on? When did you send that out? It should be the particular company that you sent it to. I can get the information confirmed for you. I'll love for Tracy to get the...
In the Air Express business, fast talking is funny for commercials, but sad in real life. At Airborne, we don't talk fast. We move fast. So fast that we make most of our deliveries before 10:30 a.m. No wonder more people are switching to Airborne than ever before. So watch out, Federal. Here comes Airborne.
What does the new Sunbeam professional food processor have that this Cuisinart doesn't? An easy food conveyor system?
Oh, yes. No.
And easy automatic pulsing?
Of course.
What about power and capacity?
4 quarts. Just 3.
Who has a 3-way food pusher?
I do.
I don't.
And the Sunbeam even costs less. It waltzes away with the honors.
Sunbeam makes it easy.
Is Home Savings eager to talk to you about a home loan? Give us a call and find out.
Playboy's anniversary Playmate tomorrow.
Wave after wave, it builds up and crashes down. The uncontrolled cough. No cough medicine you can buy, from the oldest to the newest, can give you the unique cough suppressant in Benylin, developed by Park Davis, introduced to families by doctors for over 30 years for effective control of the uncontrolled cough. Benylin, same full strength, today available without prescription. From Park Davis, helping your pharmacist and your doctor help your health.
There's nothing like my slice and bake chocolate chip cookies and kids.
Oh, that poppin' fresh dough. Cookies. Baking up hot. Baking up so. All those chocolate chips. Now into it. Oh, that poppin' fresh dough.
Pillsbury slice and bake chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, poppin' fresh dough.
If I could only stick to a diet. The real me is waiting to come out.
Introducing Acutrim, 16-hour appetite suppressant. The leading caffeine-free capsule rises like this, then declines over time. The Acutrim tablet uses the science of precision release to deliver accurately, steadily, breakfast to bedtime.
This is the person I always knew I could be.
Acutrim, the only 16-hour breakfast to bedtime appetite suppressant.
Can you hear it? I can hear it. Can you taste it? I can taste it. It's the real grain taste of Chex. You can hear how hearty it is. Can you hear it? We can hear it. Can you taste it? We can taste it. It's the real grain taste of Chex.
Chex brand cereals take the taste of rice, corn, wheat, and bran and gives them real grain crunch.
Can you hear it? Hey, it's the real grain taste of Chex. You can hear how hearty it is.
Tonight's second feature on the CBS Late Movie.
Dr. Mayfield is an opportunist. He's been taking half credit for a project that you've been on since the very beginning.
A nurse suspects that a doctor's treatment includes murder and calls for a specialist in homicide.
Who are you? Lieutenant Colombo, police.
Peter Falk, Ann Francis, Will Gear, and Leonard Nimoy.
I believe you killed Sharon Watton, and I believe you're trying to kill Dr. Hyde.
The prescription is Murder on Colombo.
In the past, curling irons were instruments that tortured your hair until it behaved. But now, Clairol has invented a gentler method of persuasion, the remarkable new Clairol Custom Care Curler and Brush. Instead of hot metal, there's a revolutionary surface as soft as velvet that caresses your hair into an ocean of curls and gives you a beautiful way to unwind. The new Clairol Custom Care Curling Brush. Clairol made them velvet soft, so you never have to be hard on your hair.
It happens every time you bake up my pipe and hot loaf.
Oh, that pop and fresh dough.
That bread baking?
Bake it up hot.
Fresh butter melting?
Bake it up slow. Oh, smell it baking. Take a taste in. Oh, that's pop and fresh dough.
Fresh, hot pipe and hot loaf from Pilsbury.
Pop and fresh dough.
Halston perfume. Sensuous. Extravagant. Captivating. Pure Halston perfume. Now this perfume spray and fragrance stick of $50 value are just $8.50 with any fragrance purchase. Just for Christmas. An Emporium Capwell.
Time for breakfast yet?
It's 3 a.m.
All right, I'll wait.
Morning can't come soon enough once you've tasted our crescent breakfasts from Jack in the Box.
Rise and shine.
It's 3:30.
My mistake.
Imagine waking up to a fresh egg, bacon, ham, or sausage with cheeses on a croissant. Isn't this the kind of breakfast you just dream of?
Give him the opportunity.
Crescent breakfasts from Jack in the Box. There's no comparison.
Movie. The Hearts Golf Game's a bomb. James Ferrantino's a cop on the lookout for a prostitute thrill killer. Police story. Can Magnum save a client who's gone off the deep end? A young girl's innocence shattered in a moment of horror. Are you in the house alone? And McCloud's chasing a dead man who's alive and painting a portrait of terror. Next week on the CBS Late Movie.
Miss Johnston, my feelings for you are such...
You may call me Elvira.
MJB began making good coffee in 1881.
My days are filled with thoughts of you.
Premium coffee blended to brew up smooth, fresh, and rich.
Honey, we've only got a 3-day pass.
For more than 100 years, people have enjoyed MJB.
Well, will you?
You can trust the taste of MJB and new MJB Special Blend.
Yes.
Suddenly, everybody's swallowing goldfish. Pepperidge Farm Goldfish Crackers. Crispy nibbles shaped like fish. Clumped up with layers of flaky cracker dough. There's cheddar flavor, parmesan, pizza, and lightly salted. Mighty nice change from your usual snack. Yep, try something different for parties or just plain eating. Pepperidge Farm Goldfish. Crispy little nibbles shaped like fish.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
There's a million toys at Toys R Us that we can play with.
Turn on the Atari 2600 video game system for just $59.84 after a $30 manufacturer's rebate. And get a $60 coupon book toward purchase of other selected 2600 items. The Atari 5200 is just $119.84 after a $30 rebate. And now, get Atari 2600 cartridges like these for just $4.97 each at Toys R Us.
I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
TV's down-home chef, Sarah Rawl.
Hey, this is some turkey. That's right, Sammy, and the secret to my turkey or my roast chicken is plenty of seasonings and accents, both inside and out, and in the stuffing.
Now you're cooking.
Honey, when I use accent, I'm always cooking.
Where's yours, sir?
Excellent flavor enhancer. It wakes up food flavor.
This is what some people do when they get a cold. They over-medicate, which is why Triaminic offers a line of cold medicines. Each one is recommended by doctors and pharmacists and gives you relief for a range of cold symptom combinations. So try the Triaminic product just right for you. And now, Triaminic Cold Syrup and Triaminicol Multi-Symptom Cold Syrup are available in tablet form. Triaminic, why take more cold medicine than you need?